Hello everyone, welcome to my channel, or welcome back. Thank you so much for being here. My name is Caterina, or Cat for short. In today's Pick a Card reading, our topic is a message about your future. Once you choose your card, you can find the timestamps in the description box below, which will take you to your reading. If you ever want to book a personal reading with me, you can do that on my website, which is linked below. Please know that that is the only way to book any of my services with me, so if anyone ever reaches out to you, just know that that is not me. All right, a message about your future. Can we have a card for group number 1, please? Can we have a card for group number 2, please? Can we have a card for group number 3, please? Group number 1, you have number 7, communication, share and receive knowledge. You also have the banded agate, the banded agate heart. And group number 2, you have number 26, transition, nurture, change, and you have the banded amethyst. And for group number 3, you have 24, focus, be unmoored no more, and you have the Angelite. Please take your time choosing your card or cards, and I'll see you in your readings. Hello, group number 1. You have the banded agate heart, and your card is number 7 and communication, share and receive knowledge. So I feel that there's something going on in your life where you're getting some sort of information, or you finally have the opportunity to have a conversation with someone. And so I feel that when this happens, it kind of opens up some new area in your life. Whereas before, I feel like you were like searching for something, searching for answers, waiting for an opportunity, an opening, kind of like a door opening, something like that. And I feel that you are receiving all of these things, okay? And so it's something about either having a conversation with somebody, getting a message that's coming through either from someone or your spirit guides, or any other entity that's trying to help you. Or another thing that could be happening here with communication and share and receive knowledge, you could be putting something out into the world. So you could be manifesting something, speaking that word of what you want to receive from the universe. And while you've been doing that, I feel that this is you down here doing the hard work to achieve this manifestation and be ready for it when the universe presents it to you. And that could also involve communication with a human or some kind of spiritual entity. So that part is, kind of going to vary a little bit from person to person, but for all of you, what I'm seeing happening is that things are coming together, and there is some sort of light being shown on your path forward, like where you go from here. And it seems like there's a lot of activity around you regarding this communication. Okay, so it just seems like some of you were going on this path, and then you kind of came to a standstill and you are waiting for this communication. So it's like there's an opening and you can continue on with your journey once this happens. Okay, so that's basically just like the general energies that I'm getting here. So let's go ahead and see what else comes up for you today. What else can you tell us for group number 1, please? A message about group number 1's future. Okay. So we have thought. Yeah, this makes a lot of sense because here you're thinking, but here you're communicating. So with thought, you could have been sitting here waiting for that communication. You could be manifesting here. Whatever's going on with this person, they definitely look focused on something. And so it could be also that once you receive this communication, now you're thinking about, okay, now I have the answer I was looking for, and now you're starting to process, okay, what is my next move? Where do I go from here? And so you could be in deep thought here, planning your next move, planning, okay, kind of thinking about this information that you've received. Maybe you have a decision to make. Maybe there's something, an opportunity that someone presented something to you, and now you have to think, do I want to accept this new opportunity? Okay, so this is coming from this communication. Maybe somebody gives you something to think about, and it's shining light on something that you hadn't thought of before. Okay, so there's definitely, whatever's going on with you, there's definitely a lot of processing of thoughts, processing conversations, or being open to receive downloads from the universe. And then we have purity. So I feel with purity, what's happening here is whatever this communication is, I feel you can trust it. I feel it's coming from a very genuine place. Okay. And I feel also that what you're seeing, what you're hearing, what you are exchanging, okay, with communication, I'm thinking of conversation. So, anything like that, like an exchange with somebody, you can trust that that is honest communication. You can trust that it is what it appears to be. And I feel with purity, you can have faith in moving forward based on this communication. So some of you may have been waiting for some sort of communication for a very long time, and then you receive some kind of communication, and then you're kind of questioning, okay, I've waited so long, is this like a false start? Because maybe you had a false start before with something. Spirit is saying, no. When this comes through, it's going to be clear as day, okay? You will be able to see it. And what I'm seeing is that you're going to see it and see exactly what's being communicated to you. So it's going to make sense. And it's, okay, what I'm trying to say, or what was trying to come through, is you're going to know it when you see it. Does that make sense? Like if you've been waiting for something, you don't know the answer, it's going to click. You're going to know it when you see it. And I feel that you really will feel this. You're going to feel like, okay, this is right. So if you have communication before this, and you're on the fence, I don't know if this is the right move for me or not, Spirit is saying it's okay to wait until you have this over here where it's like, okay, that makes sense. That is completely clear. I'm seeing the light at the end of the tunnel, and I know that this is what I've been waiting for. What else can you tell us for group number 1, please? A message about group number 1's future. Okay, I feel like these 2 cards want to come out. Cauldron, creation, opportunity, and caring. See, this is very interesting to me because first of all, you have opportunity, and I believe that I mentioned that earlier, where there's some kind of opportunity based on this communication, and you can trust where this whole situation is leading you. Because I feel like there was something missing here. I feel like you got as far as you could go, like I said a minute ago, and then you were like waiting for something, okay? So you're getting the missing ingredient. It's here, and everything is mixing together. And I also feel that it's like all these perfect ingredients, everything's coming together for you to move forward with something that was kind of on hold, or something where, I don't know, I just see it's like waiting on hold. kind of just like thinking like, oh, did this pass me by? Like, what, is something going to happen here? So there's also like a little bit of confusion with why it took so long, I feel. But yeah, and also you have caring here. So caring and purity are really standing out to me with whatever this communication is. It's like either somebody put thought into this communication, or someone's being truthful. Someone has your best interest at heart here. You know, I mean, I'm sure theirs as well, but it's like a mutual interest, something that's going on here, and you can trust, okay? Caring, this person, from wherever this communication is coming from, it's for your highest good, okay? And it's really creating something that you've been waiting for. All right, what else do we have? Roots, healthy patterns, early growth. Very interesting. There's some sort of knowledge coming in with this communication. These skulls here, it's making me think of knowledge, and okay, so the wait is over, like what you were waiting for is over. And if you look here, it looks like there's like an egg or something in there. So I feel that whatever it is that you were looking for over here, whatever it is that you were moving toward over here, you're gonna start to see growth. You're gonna start to see things happening when it was once stagnant, okay? So I feel there's a little bit of, not quite like a death and rebirth process, because I feel like nothing ended here, but I feel kind of like what's ending is the waiting, and then giving birth to something. So a waiting period is coming to an end, giving birth to something, and it's very healthy. See, you have purity, caring, healthy. So this communication, like I said, I just want to say this again, you can trust it. It is for your highest good, okay? And you're setting roots within something that you have been, I feel, looking forward to, right? You've been hoping for, you've been looking forward to it. And so Spirit is saying that if you haven't seen movement within this particular area in your life, there was movement, even though you couldn't really feel it, okay? It was kind of in the distance, but once you get this communication, then you can really get the ball rolling with whatever you have going on here. Okay, I want to take one card from this astrology deck. What can you tell us of this one? Okay. So you have North Node, Destiny, Purpose, and Activation. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. I'm going to set this right here. So North Node, I feel that you are on a path relating to your destiny, and you know, you have activation here. So what that is telling me is that, you know, basically it's confirming everything that I've said so far. You were moving towards your destiny, but then I feel things slowed down, or things came to a grinding halt, okay? And you were still on the right path, or you still are, you know, wherever you are in this journey. But until you got that communication, things were kind of on hold, okay? But when this when this communication happens, that's what gets the ball rolling again, okay? That's when you start this early growth, and that's when you have the activation of your movement again, but also a couple things. Activation of coming back into understanding that, yes, I am on the right path, because I feel that it took a little while, like you were here for a minute. So I think you were kind of questioning, am I on the right path? Did I make a mistake by going in this direction? And Spirit is saying, no, that's not what was going on. It could have been divine timing, whatever it was. things are going to start moving. And so you're coming back into this belief that you are on the right path, that things are moving for you. And you're moving directly into your destiny, a life purpose, something that you're supposed to be accomplishing in this lifetime. And so, you know, this message about your future, I feel, is, you know, coming from your spirit guides, the universe, telling you, don't give up on this idea, okay? Keep working on it. Things are only paused for now, okay? So you're going to figure something out. You're going to have communication with someone that's going to, you know, get things moving again. What else can you tell us for group number 1, please? The Queen of Pentacles. See what I'm saying? So I feel like you have a very, very amazing idea, something that you want to accomplish, something that is obviously in your destiny. I mean, I'm definitely feeling that with the Queen of Pentacles. And not only that, but look at, we talked about roots here. So look at that. This is early growth. And then look at what you have here. Look at this amazing tree that has grown in your life when you started with just this little early growth here. So there's a lot of things that will be happening, a lot of things that will be coming together for you once you receive this communication. And number 7 keeps popping out at me. It's like I keep seeing number 7, number 7, number 7. So that could have some sort of significance to you. I mean, it does correspond to the Chariot card in the tarot deck, and that I have definitely been seeing in your reading so far, but it could be 7 days, 7 weeks, 7 months. It could be the number 7. It could be 7 o'clock. It could be the 7th of the month. So just be aware of that. Maybe you're seeing number 7 pop up. All right. So then, oh my gosh, this is the Knight of Pentacles. You have the Queen of Pentacles and the Knight of Pentacles for your first 2 cards. And look at the color scheme right here. Do you see how it's like a very earthly, grounding energy? So that's amazing. The Knight of Pentacles. Did I say the King of Pentacles? Did I say the Knight of Pentacles? I don't know what I said, but this is the Knight of Pentacles. So the Queen of Pentacles and the Knight of Pentacles. Now, what this is showing me is that you have this idea, okay? You are going to accomplish this idea. For one reason or another, it is a slow moving process. And I'm seeing that the Knight of Pentacles is kind of like you waiting for this information, because I see that you're ready to go. You have done research, you have done everything that you need to do, you've prepared as much as you can prepare, and I feel like you are just standing here ready to move forward, but there's this little stone here, and it's like you're waiting for this to be removed so that you can move forward. And this is you waiting for that communication. This doesn't mean that you are stuck here. It means that you are about to start moving forward. But there's one last thing, because if you look at this Knight, okay, the look on this person's face is like, oh, I can see something right there. Because I feel like something is coming closer to this Knight, and then as soon as that happens, there is movement. Okay, so yeah, it seems very significant that you have these 2 cards. You know, your very first 2 tarot cards are the 2 court cards in the Pentacles. So it's definitely something, there's a reason why something is taking so long to happen, because it's like, look at how deep these roots go. So it takes a long time for something to sprout up to the surface. So I feel that's why these are so significant. Yeah, and this actually complements what I just said. So this is the 4 of Wands, where you have this stable foundation for this idea that you have, and it's setting the stage for you to walk directly into your destiny, exactly where you're supposed to be. And I feel that you're building something that's going to last the rest of your life. You know, it's going to last as long as you want. There's something about commitment here. You're obviously very, very committed to whatever this is that you have going on, because you have these court cards in the Pentacles, okay? The Pentacles are very committed to the purpose and very hardworking. And what I'm seeing with the Four of Wands is that you have worked very, very hard to get things to come together. Okay, I saw that over here at the communication card as well. And you are going to get there. It is going to be worth it. There is a celebration coming up for you. Okay, I feel like the celebration is when things are activated, when you get this communication and you can move forward. Spirit says it's important to celebrate that moment because you are going to be successful. But yeah, things are coming together for you. And then, wow, now you have the Empress card. And it's interesting because this Empress is pregnant. And remember I said here, it looks like there is an egg here. And so, you know, it's interesting that you have both of these, because what that is showing me is exactly what I was telling you before, okay? So the Empress is pregnant. I'm sure she's very, very excited to have this child, to give birth, and everything that's to come once the child is born, right? And I feel that that's how you feel over here. You're very, very excited, right? But you can't rush this process. The Empress cannot rush the process and the development of the child in the womb, right? That's going to happen. Everything's going to develop at a very specific time frame, right? And so I feel this really represents what's going on with you. And so Spirit says, in the meantime, keep doing what you're doing, keep nourishing your idea, keep working toward your idea. It hasn't stopped. It's just there's things kind of going on behind the scenes, but that communication that you need is coming through, that inspiration, that intuition, that, you know, whatever it is that you're waiting for here with communication, it's coming in. You're going to be receiving benefits from that. All right. Oh my gosh, now you have the King of Pentacles. See, isn't that interesting? Because when I got the Knight of Pentacles, I knew it was the Knight of Pentacles, but I don't know if I actually said the King of Pentacles or if it was just in my mind. So you obviously will know because you're watching this, but there was something about like the King of Pentacles energy in this Knight of Pentacles. I'm not sure what it was, except here we have the King of Pentacles. So that probably explains it. Okay, so let me just take a moment here. These cards are extremely powerful cards. Very, very powerful cards. Okay, the Knight of Pentacles, Queen of Pentacles, King of Pentacles, Empress, and the Four of Wands. All of these cards talk about building something. And the energy that I'm picking up is kind of building something from the ground up, especially because you literally have Roots card here, okay? You have creation here. And isn't that interesting? The cauldron has creation on it and the Empress is literally creating something. So this is extremely powerful, especially because you have your North Node, destiny, purpose, and activation here. I would not be surprised if some of you are starting a business, you're starting from the ground up. You could be moving into a new career or a new job. And if you are doing that, don't be afraid to start from the bottom and work your way up. Okay, that won't be necessary for all of you, but for some of you, you may be breaking into a new industry and you have to start from the beginning. And Spirit says, don't worry about that because it's going to be worth it. You're going to be making very, very strong connections with very, very important people. Okay. And you're going to be recognized for your hard work, like almost immediately. I mean, I would say you're recognized even just in like an interview process, and you're going to be displaying that behavior once you get your foot in the door. So I see you rising through the ranks very, very quickly. But yeah, whatever this is that you have going on, it doesn't necessarily have to do with work, although you have a lot of cards here that are showing that's possible. You could just be designing this future that you want for yourself. So whatever it is for you, just know that financially you're going to be well off. You're going to be extremely comfortable, okay? and you're building something. You can take this as far as you want to go. And then we have the Lover's card. Look at how powerful your cards are. I feel like you are just like this incredible force right now. And remember how I said some of you are manifesting something over here and you're, putting your thoughts out into the universe and you are just waiting to receive everything that you've been working so hard for. Okay, things are coming together for you. The Lover's card. What you have been looking for is out there looking for you, okay? Any situation that you have going on here. This is meant for you, obviously. We have destiny over here. It's meant for you, and it's very important that you know that this will not pass you by, okay? It's not going to pass you by. So don't be caught up in how long it's taking. And some of you may be worried about finances while you're waiting for something to take shape. And Spirit is showing me that you're going to have enough to get by. You may have to cut out every single one of your expenses that are not necessary. You may not be able to do fun things for a little while. But Spirit is saying that you're going to be okay. As long as you take those measures, you're going to get by. And it's going to pay off because you have a lot of very, very wealthy cards that, coming through here. So with the Lover's card, I feel that there's some sort of sacrifice. And I feel I just talked about that where, yeah, you may not be able to go out with your friends for a little while. You may not be able to have your subscription to a streaming service for a few months because you need to save every single penny you can, but it's going to be worth it. Things are coming together. And also with the Lover's card, I'm getting this purity card again where you can trust. See, the Four of Wands in the Lover's card, whatever this situation is, it's very much committed to you. It's very loyal to you. And I feel that you're very committed and loyal to it, whatever it is. And so there's this very mutually beneficial, reciprocal situation that you have coming up for you in your future. Oh my gosh, now you have the Eight of Pentacles. This could definitely be work for some of you. It's a lot of hard work. I mean, a lot of hard work. But I feel like you love whatever this is that you're doing. And so yes, it's hard work, but it's not really work, right? Because you love what you're doing. So of course it's work, but you know what I'm saying. And whatever this is, even if it's not work, you're gonna get noticed for this. If you are speaking, maybe you're a public speaker, maybe you're going on tour, speaking about something. Maybe you are a writer with communication. You could be a writer, an author. Maybe you're trying to, get published for the first time. Okay. Whatever it is, your communication is going to be well received and you're going to be compensated somehow for that. So either financially or compensated with recognition or some sort of accomplishment somehow with this communication that you're putting out into the world. And I feel that along the way, you have people who show up on this journey that you're going through who help you kind of lift you up, kind of help you get to the next step, the next phase of whatever this is. Very, very well-meaning people are coming into your life. Remember purity? So you can trust these people and you're gonna know it when you meet these people. A lot of these people that are coming into your life, you're gonna feel like you've known them before. And they're like your little helpers to help you along the way. It's a really cool situation. All right, so we have the Tower card. So I feel what is happening with the Tower card is kind of what I was feeling over here with communication, how things may have been put on hold. Things may have been on pause, or you may have been slightly redirected. into a different area, or, you know, something like that. Now, what is important here is that you have these animals down here and this little fairy holding this blanket here so that you have a safe landing, okay? So it may have looked like things were falling apart, but that's not what was happening. You are being redirected. So let's just say, because you have so many pentacles here, let's say that you lost your job, okay? Let's say your company closed and you're like, oh my gosh, now I don't know what I'm gonna do, okay? And so maybe you were sending out your resume. Maybe you sent out your resume to 100 different companies and you didn't hear anything back. And you're like, oh my gosh, this is terrible, okay? Well, then you start thinking about, well, what do I do in the meantime? And, you know, with the Eight of Pentacles, let's just say that you were like, well, let me just make some money with this hobby that I have, just in the meantime, so I can pay for food and, you know, things like that. And then all of a sudden, people are very interested in what you're doing. Okay. And so then you realize, oh, well, let me just put my focus into this instead of looking for another job. Okay. So that's just an example of you being on the path to your destiny. And so with communication and the light shining through, what could happen here is you're getting this communication from the universe based on the Tower card, where it's kind of this twist of events. And you're like, oh my gosh, well, now everything's falling into place. Okay. Let's see, what else do we have for you? The Three of Wands, yeah. Any energy that you put out into the universe, it is coming back to you, I feel, threefold, okay? So if you're manifesting for a new beginning, if you're manifesting success, whatever it is that you are wanting to receive, because remember here, share and receive, it is coming in, and it is like, I feel there's an abundance, there's an overflow of whatever you have been asking for. And the reason why there is an overflow is because of all of the pentacles that you have here. You are so dedicated. You have proven yourself to yourself, anyone else involved, to the universe, to your higher powers, whatever it is. You were very focused and very dedicated, and you're going to receive the benefits for having that energy. The King of Swords. See, this could definitely be that communication that you were waiting for over here, a breakthrough, making it through the chaos, you know, coming out on the other side, things making sense. There's a massive transformation that's coming in your future. And I feel that there is a higher order to things, okay? I feel that it's definitely like divine timing, like we were talking about with the Empress card, which is right above the King of Swords. This is something that you can't rush. Your clarity is coming through. Clarity, a flash of inspiration. And, you know, even the Tower card could even be showing that flash of inspiration that you're going to be receiving. And that it's actually leading you from being up here in this house to falling down with the safety net here, but then building a whole new house, okay? You could also be signing a contract with this King of Swords. I just saw a flash of you signing a contract. Some of you, I feel somebody watching this is getting a book deal or something like that. No, it's like a book deal or a magazine or something like that. I'm telling you, there's someone here. If it's you, I hope you leave a comment. But yeah, and then for like the rest of you, I feel like you could be signing a contract regarding something. All right, what do we have here? The Queen of Wands. You're back. I feel like I'm back. I'm powerful. I am making things happen. And it's kind of like, you know, get out of my way. I am coming through. I'm focused. Things have finally started to happen. You see this growth back here with the sunflowers, and this growth continues. You have some incredibly powerful cards still. This whole reading is just so powerful. All right, let's see what your last card is. The Sun card is your last card. Do you see how things are coming together? This is a really, really cool Sun card because you have the two children on the two horses, the two sunflowers, the two birds, the two ribbons. Things are coming together. And this is exactly what we've been talking about throughout your whole reading. See, your very first card, share and receive knowledge. Here it's reciprocal, okay? This is exactly what I've been saying. So we started your reading, your tarot cards with the Queen of Pentacles, and we're ending it with the Sun card. If you have any doubts about your success with whatever this is, okay, this is a message about your future. This is very, very powerful, very, very, very successful, okay? You're going to be very, very successful. So Spirit says, don't give up. Keep going towards your destiny, towards your purpose. And I wish you so much luck with this. If you enjoyed this reading, please like and subscribe. And if you ever want to book a personal reading with me, you can do that on my website, which is linked below. Thank you so much for watching. Hello, group number 2. You have the Banded Amethyst. And your card is number 26 in transition. It also says nurture change. So I'm like seeing a whole picture here with what's going on with you. Obviously you're going through some sort of transition. There's change in the air for you. And I feel that it feels a little bit uncertain for you right now. And especially down here. So this right here, these are like little pebbles, okay? So little rocks. And you know, it can be very difficult to walk through something like that if you have the wrong shoes on, right? And so I feel that's very representative of trying to navigate this change and being or feeling like you're on unsettled ground or you don't have like secure footing, something like that, okay? Now, I feel that the process to get you up to a new opportunity is not that difficult. You see there's like 3 stairs here. And so it's just navigating this right here. It's going to be a little bit challenging, but it's nothing that you can't handle. It may require you to think about things a little bit differently. So maybe thinking, oh my gosh, I have these shoes on and I can hardly walk through this. So maybe you just need to think about taking your shoes off, right? Something very, very simple. And obviously that's a metaphor, but do you see what I'm saying? And so I feel that there's like a few things that you need to do, but when you do that, and it could just be like changing your perspective. It could be picking yourself up. If this was a change that you weren't expecting, it could just be picking yourself up and, you know, dusting yourself off and going up these steps. Because what I'm seeing up here is that there's an opportunity for you. So if you know that you have this opportunity, Spirit says, you've got this, okay? You, at first, it may feel a little bit uncomfortable to you because if you take your shoes off, it might be a little bit uncomfortable to walk over these rocks, right? But I mean, there's this much that you need to walk through, and then you walk up here and then you go through this new opportunity. So yes, it may be uncomfortable regardless of your circumstances. But the thing is that there is an opportunity here for you. And I'm seeing that it is a positive opportunity. And I feel it's something a little bit different, but I feel that you're going to get the hang of it very, very quickly. And I just feel like this is such a positive new beginning for you. It's like a breakthrough. Also, some of you may have been waiting for a breakthrough and maybe you haven't seen that breakthrough yet, but it's like right here, okay? So let's go ahead and see what other information we can get for you. What else can you tell us for group number 2, please? Hope. So if some of you have been waiting for an opportunity and you haven't seen it yet, this is your opportunity right here. This door is open. all you have to do is, some of you need to look for it. Some of you need to have hope again. Some of you lost hope, okay? But something is happening. Something is very, very close to you where you're going to see this opportunity. Yeah, I feel some of you were not expecting this change to happen. But look at, you have these butterflies right here, and then you have like these stars right here. Okay, you have the bird here, you have on the tree this fruit. So things are going to be okay. Spirit says just call, if you're worried about this, which I feel there's some sort of tension in the air. Spirit says just, calm down. Everything's going to be okay. You've got this. I keep hearing you've got this. You got this. It's going to be okay. And, this person has wings here. So perhaps you've been feeling tied down or something, like you can't fly metaphorically. That's going to change for you. Very interesting. So you have hope and you have truth. So I feel there's something going on here where what you want is going to be mirrored, okay? And what I mean by that is what you're looking for is exactly what you're going to find. There's something about you looking for something, but also, why is there so much anxiety with this? That's the thing I'm wondering. Why is there so much anxiety? And I feel for some of you, you weren't expecting this transition. Some of you have been waiting so long that maybe you are starting to give up hope. But what I'm seeing with the Truth card is that you're on to something, right? You weren't just thinking about this particular thing that you want to see happen in your life, this change. It's not random. There's a reason why you were drawn to this idea, to this destination, whatever it is for you. And so with this card, I feel like what you've been looking for is going to be reflected back at you, because we're seeing a reflection here, okay? But you can also see your reflection in the water, right? You can see things being reflected from the water. So definitely there's something about what you want to see. You're not seeing it yet, but a message about your future is saying that you will see that. What else can you tell us for group number 2, please? Okay. I feel that this one wants to come out also. 10, maintenance, encouragement, and guidance. Okay, remember encouragement, and I keep hearing, you got this, you got this. So keep going, keep tending to whatever it is that you want to see in your life. And look at how things are sprouting from the soil. So going through this transition, I feel like things are maybe have been slow moving for you, but I feel like they're going to pick up speed. Because, when you plant something, it seems like it takes forever for it to sprout. And then there's this excitement, right? And then all of a sudden it's growing and growing and growing. And I feel like that's what's going to happen in your case. All of a sudden something appears that you've been waiting for, and then things really start to come together. And then you can start to nourish this and take care of this, whatever this new thing is. Pine tree, vitality, longevity, and perseverance. Yeah. So I feel like there's a level of success that's coming through here. Whatever this is with this transition and this change, if you nurture it, see, it's interesting, you have nurture here and you have tend here. So if you take care of things, if you do things the right way, you're going to grow something that's very, very strong, very solid. And it's like sprouting from an idea that you have, or from a change that was kind of put upon you. So some of you weren't ready for this change, but it happened because the universe was ready for you to walk into this new beginning. Okay, what else do we have here? Bird, freedom and opportunity. I was talking about this hope card, how this person has wings and how they aren't able to fly right now. And I feel that's why you are losing hope. But look at this, freedom, opportunity. And I was talking about an opportunity here with the transition card. You see all the synchronicities that are coming through with your cards? It's pretty amazing. So if you've been feeling like you're stuck, you're losing hope, things are changing for you, okay? There is a transition, a transformation that's coming in for you. Now, I'm going to scoot these down just a little bit because we have an extra card and I want you to be able to see your tarot cards, which I'm going to place right here on the end. Okay. Before we get to your tarot cards, I'm going to take one card from this deck. This is an astrology deck. All right, what is the most important thing that group number 2 knows from this deck, please? That 1 or 2? I think that's 2. Yeah, actually that's 2. So you're getting 2. All right, so let's see what we have. Capricorn, disciplined, tenacious, and resilient. Yes, this makes a lot of sense because you have the nurture, the tend, vitality, longevity, perseverance, opportunity, right? So definitely you're going to get through this time, you know, waiting for this opportunity. And I feel that when this opportunity comes in for you, it's going to be, I don't know how to explain it. It's like exactly what you've been looking for. That's what it is. It's exactly what you've been looking for. And it's going to be a lot of hard work, but I feel it's going to be something that you really, really enjoy. Third quarter moon, breakdown, readjustment, forgiveness. I feel that for some of you, you are redirected. And that's why you're in a transitionary period right now. And some of you are feeling like, you know, like you've lost hope, like your wings have been clipped for some reason. But it's all a part of the plan. It's all to get you on the right track, to get you moving in the right direction. So Spirit says to embrace this change. Certain things needed to be shifted a little bit. Certain things broke down in order to build something much stronger, in order for you to be stepping into your truth. Okay, what else can you tell us for group number 2, please? A message about group number 2's future. Thank you for those. What else can you tell us, please? Okay, what else, please? Okay. Wow, so you have the Crone of Swords. This is the King of Swords. This is a huge transformation. A huge, huge transformation. What I'm hearing here is that this chaos is going to end. Things are going to settle down for you and you're going to land exactly where you're supposed to be. It's interesting these birds are actually talking or singing, one of the two, and it's like some form of communication or thought process is going to be changing things for you. And you're going to, so there's something going on here with where you're going. It's like I'm feeling like you're going to be on solid ground, something like that. Because here, walking through the rocks, remember I was talking about how difficult that was going to be, but it's not that long that you have to go through that. And then here, there's something about this rock and being very, very solid. So kind of going from these little pebbles to this very strong, very, very big rock and being very, very sturdy. So as you go through this transition, I feel that I just keep hearing that everything's going to be okay for you. Everything's going to work out to your benefit. The Page of Wands. This is definitely showing a new journey. And again, see, there's something going on here where it's not the easiest crossing into this transition, because here you need to cross this right here, all these little pebbles, and you need to go up these stairs, and then you need to go through this door. So do you see the same thing is going on here? You start here and you're going this way, approaching this new beginning. And so I feel that, you know, doing this and doing this over here, you do need to be disciplined, because you can't be careless. You need to pay attention to what you're doing. You can't move that quickly because you might slip and fall into the water. But I feel like as you're doing this, it's a good time for you to explore things and to, it's like, look into your interests, things like that. Like what is calling you? Definitely with Capricorn, this could have something to do with making huge changes in your life, possibly having something to do with your career, not giving up on something that you want to see happen. I feel like you were redirected, and that's why we're seeing you walk up here and through the door and then walk over this little bridge here. The Ten of Swords, see, I'm getting it again here, where I feel like something came to an end. And it was, this ending happened in order for you to see the truth. Because I feel where you were before, it wasn't reflecting what you deserve. It wasn't reflecting where you should be. And I feel that this right here, the Ten of Swords, is why you were starting to lose hope, why you felt like your wings were clipped and you couldn't fly. But remember, I feel this Ten of Swords is giving you freedom. It's giving you a new opportunity. And I feel you're also receiving guidance. That's why this guidance card, that's why, or it says guidance down here. That is why I was getting that from the King of Swords, because I was feeling like there's some sort of guidance or communication or something like that. Okay, so this confirms it. Yeah, it was like the King of Swords, it was the birds talking. So I feel like things are going to make sense for you. I feel once you get through this transition, you're going to look back and you're going to say, wow, I really am in a better spot now. Certain things had to break down. It's kind of like the death and rebirth I'm feeling is going on here with this third quarter moon card. And, you know, forgiveness, I feel that some of you may forgive other people. Some of you may have to forgive yourself. I'm feeling a softening of your energy with forgiveness that's happening in the future. So here we have the Nine of Pentacles. Yeah. So definitely the Nine of Pentacles and the Capricorn card definitely go together here. Do you see the difference here? So the Ten of Swords, something very devastating happened. However, things are coming together for you with the Nine of Pentacles. And it is kind of a rebuild, like a rebuilding process. I'm just moving these up a little bit because these cards are a little bit big, so we need to fit the other ones down here. So it is kind of like a rebuilding process, but look at this here. This is showing me what happens after you go through this door, okay? When you walk through this new opportunity, you're being celebrated, it's like you're rising to the top of something, so it could absolutely be career, you're rising to the top. You are very, very well accomplished. If you're having a problem with money right now, I'm feeling that you will absolutely be coming into a larger sum of money. So this could be a lump sum. This could be like maybe you're selling a product or something like that. So this could be a lump sum. This could be where maybe you're living on your savings right now. You will be building your savings back up and you will be very comfortable financially. And it's also wherever you're going here, it's something that is going to last a very long time. There was something about where you were that feels a little rocky. It feels like it wasn't on sturdy ground, okay? But remember this big stone here and the Nine of Pentacles, it's very sturdy. You can rely on this, whatever's coming in your future. Wow. So now you have the Ace of Pentacles. And what's interesting about this Ace of Pentacles in your particular reading is look at the leaves are falling, okay? So this could be, well, I mean, it's definitely showing that transition that I was talking about, but this could be indicating a time of year, okay? This is a timeless reading, so it doesn't have to mean going into fall with the leaves changing. This could mean any change of season, okay? Another thing that I'm noticing here is the clouds are dissipating, so things are making sense. You're getting a new opportunity, and this could absolutely have something to do with work, with you coming up with a brilliant idea. You know, like I said, I had a flash of somebody selling something with the Nine of Pentacles. Same thing, I'm getting it with the Ace of Pentacles. So you could have a product that you're going to sell. You could be starting a new career, looking for a new job, starting over somewhere else. Okay, maybe where you are, you feel weighed down. You know, maybe you don't like the energy of where you are and you want to rebuild your life somewhere else. But in order for that to happen, you had to kind of break things down and, you know, pick up and move somewhere else, something like that. But there's new information coming in regarding your situation. It's kind of like putting a light on a solution for you. I'm seeing that with the like kind of rays coming off of the pentacle here. The Judgment card. Wow. This is so powerful. So powerful. Look at the snake. Okay. You have so many cards confirming that you're going through a transition, that you're going through this transformation. And look at the power back here. Okay. So what's interesting about the Judgment card is that you also have the Ten of Swords. So I feel that this has been a very rocky situation because these little pebbles down here were so prominent to me in the beginning. And then you have the breakdown, the readjustment. So there was literally a breakdown. But I feel it was necessary for this to happen in order for you to realize that there's another opportunity for you. So was it painful? Yes, it probably was. Was it I can't talk. Was it necessary? Yes, I feel it was also necessary. In the eyes of the universe, okay? This isn't coming from me. This is coming from the universe. I wish it didn't have to be so painful for you, and I hope that things change for you very soon. I'm seeing that here. But yeah, with the Judgment card, you're coming into a place of, you know, there's something about the Freedom card where you were being held back where you were before. And so what I'm seeing here is that you're no longer accepting that. You're no longer accepting, like waiting for something to happen. I feel that now you're going out there and you're making things happen for yourself. Yeah, see? The Eight of Swords, you felt stuck, you felt tied down. Remember, I said this because the Hope card, which is going to be, you know, directly, well, not directly above, but in the same row here as the Eight of Swords, your wings were clipped here. And you're getting your freedom back. And there's a new opportunity. And what's so important about this card is if you did have like a Ten of Swords moment where something unexpectedly came to an end, I'm seeing that if you look at things in the right way, it will be a very easy, smooth transition. If you accept that the Judgment card was inevitable, that this is just a sign for you to move on to something better, something that you deserve, it'll be very easy for you, because look at this. There's just a little scarf that's wrapped around this person, and it's windy. Okay, we can see the wind here. So if you just go with the flow, this scarf is just going to unravel here, and you will be able to see that you're not really stuck. Even though it feels like you are, you're not really stuck. So I feel for you, there's a lot going on here about your perspective, about how you look at things, and making sure that you have clarity about your situation. Yep, the Two of Wands, see? So there's a couple things going on here. Excuse me. Okay, so if you haven't seen that happen yet in my readings, sometimes I cough like that. And it's when you need to release something, because I'll just be talking and all of a sudden I cough or I lose my voice. And what I was just about to say is that it's a couple different things going on here. Number one, it does have to do with how you look at things. So if you look at things like, oh my gosh, something terrible happened to me with the Ten of Swords, and you stay here, okay? So Spirit is saying, feel your feelings, feel all the feels that you want with the Ten of Swords, okay? However, remember forgiveness here. If somebody did something to you, if something came crashing down, like kind of like a Tower card moment where it was out of your control, I'm feeling like something like that happened with the Ten of Swords. If you stay in this energy, all that is going to do is block this opportunity that is waiting for you, okay? So with the Two of Wands, number one, you have a decision to kind of pick yourself up here and to either forgive yourself or forgive the situation, just for yourself so that you can move on, okay? You don't have to forget, but Spirit says it would be to your best benefit to at least forgive a little bit so that you can move on, okay? And then the second thing that I'm seeing with the Two of Wands is looking at your opportunities, looking at what the potential is in front of you, especially because it's below the Page of Wands. So where do you go from here? Where can you go from here? Are there other opportunities that will be presenting themselves that you didn't think of before? So Spirit says to have an open mind with the Two of Wands. Stay focused, okay? Stay focused on the things that matter. Try not to focus on the Ten of Swords, whatever brought you to this point. And I'm seeing that there's huge opportunity, really, really big opportunities coming in. And even though it doesn't feel like it, this Ten of Swords moment was to get you into a better place. Something had to break down in order to bring things together. And here's the Four of Wands. Now, I think, I'm not positive, but I think the Four of Wands was in this exact position in group number one. And there's been a couple times in your reading where I'm hearing like group number one. So if you're interested, you might want to check that out. You might want to listen to group number one. If not, then obviously just watch this one. That is completely up to you. But what I'm seeing here with the Four of Wands, look at the difference between the Ten of Swords and the Four of Wands. And what did I just say? I feel like something had to break down in order to get you to where you're supposed to be. And look at these stars. So with the Four of Wands, things start to come together for you. And look back here. This is a new opportunity, a doorway, which is exactly what you have with the transition card. So there was something I'm feeling with where you were before, where it feels like there was something that wasn't legitimate or something that wasn't truthful with the truth here. Maybe you weren't seeing the truth of the situation and Spirit was trying to get your attention. You know, the universe was trying to get you out of that situation into a better situation. And then everything came crashing down. And so it could be that you're going to see the truth of the situation. You're going to see that that wasn't the best opportunity for you. That wasn't the best situation for you. And that could all be happening once you get to this Four of Wands, when everything starts to come together for you on this side, right? Once you go through this door here. Because the Two of Wands, you're making decisions. And then based on those decisions that you make, you come into the Four of Wands energy where everything is coming back together. You're rebuilding something. And it's going to take a little bit of time, but I feel like you are so much lighter. Because having your wings clipped with the Hope card, this could also be indicating that you were just completely weighed down by toxicity or whatever it was that was like holding you back in that prior situation. And look at how free these people are here. And then the Three of Cups. Yeah, again, there's a celebration. It's like a very reciprocal energy that's happening here. Things are coming together. And I feel that there's, it's like the energy is very similar here. Because I'm feeling there was something before you, I'm just feeling it's opposite of where you were before. Before, I'm feeling something was very deceptive. Almost like with this Three of Cups, I'm feeling like people talking behind your back or something like that. Just kind of like, that doesn't have to be literal. It's like that kind of deception, something being sneaky, something going on behind the scenes that you weren't aware of that was not to your best benefit, okay? But what I'm seeing is that what you're going into is more, you know, the Truth card comes back. Who you are, you're seeing reflected in other people and the situations that you're going into. It's more aligned with your beliefs, with what you're looking for, your energies, all of that. And let me tell you, the Four of Wands and the Three of Cups both show a celebration. Okay, so I feel that there's something. So I feel, you know what it is? So you're celebrating this new opportunity. But once you get this new opportunity, that's when you see the truth of the old situation and you're celebrating that you're no longer there. So you're realizing, no, this was for the best, this is the best situation for me. And I'm so glad that everything came to an end with the Ten of Swords because I'm in a much better place. Yeah. So you have the Seven of Wands here, and look at this coming out of this person's crown chakra. So you're having an understanding that you're in a much better place. You're seeing things from a different perspective. Everything is making sense for you here, even though it was shocking. See my voice, how it happened again. Even though it was shocking, I feel that at this point, you're able to be in the realm of forgiveness. Okay. And it doesn't have to be forgiveness. It could just be letting go, no longer holding on to that animosity or whatever it was. Okay. Because I feel what's happening here is that you realize what a gift this new opportunity is. And so you don't want to waste your time thinking about what got you here. It's like, no, I'm just grateful that I'm here. I'm no longer going to think about this other thing that happened, which was the Ten of Swords. You're like, no, I'm moving on. So here you have the Knight of Pentacles. So this is a really cool Knight of Pentacles, especially given your reading, because this person is holding up the pentacle in victory. Okay. So here you are on this new path, right? And you're moving forward. And also look at the leaves changing here, which is what you had with the Ace of Pentacles. So look at how far you've come from the Ace of Pentacles all the way to the Knight of Pentacles. So this new beginning for you, this new opportunity and transition, it's something that there's movement in this, whereas before you were just kind of stuck where you were, okay? And so this new opportunity is bringing you literally a lot of opportunities in the future regarding this one opportunity. So for instance, let's just say that it's a new job. Okay, so you get a new job. That's the first opportunity. And then after that, I'm seeing there's multiple opportunities for you to get a promotion, for you to get a raise, for you to move departments, for you to, climb up the ladder if you want to. And that's just an example. It doesn't have to be work related, although it definitely could be. You have a lot of signs here that show that. And so you're getting your power back. You're back on track. You're making a lot of progress with whatever came to an end here. So yeah, just know that there's definitely so much hope regarding the situation that you're going through now, and your future looks very, very different than the way things are right now, and different in a positive way. So I hope this reading helped you. If it did, please like and subscribe. And if you ever want to book a personal reading with me, you can do that on my website, which is linked below. Thank you so much for watching. Hello, group number 3. You have the Angelite crystal, and your card is number 24, Focus, Be Unmoored No More. And so what I'm feeling here is that you've been unattached to something. You have been afloat or adrift, kind of in I'm feeling like it's in limbo, where you're not very comfortable being in this position. Okay, so a message about your future is that this is coming to an end. This feeling uncomfortable, unattached to something, just kind of adrift in this current that you cannot control, okay? That's coming to an end. You will no longer feel lost or confused, okay? You're getting your focus back. I feel your stability, your security is coming back. And I feel that you're becoming anchored with something new. So I do feel like there is a new beginning coming in for you, and it's going to bring you a feeling of safety and security. Because I'm seeing like someone being wrapped up in like a blanket that's like a security, or feeling very secure, very comfortable. And so I feel that that's what's going to happen with you in your future. You're going to feel much, much better than you feel right now. What else can you tell us for group number 3, please? Okay, so we need that one and this one. All right. Wasn't sure what Spirit wanted to do for a second there. Okay. Very interesting. So you have surrender, and look at all of these butterflies. Wow. This is really powerful. So, here you're not attached to something. And remember what I just said, that I don't remember my exact words, but you're kind of at the mercy of the waves, right? This is in the ocean here. So it's kind of out of your control at this point. So Spirit is saying that it would be in your best interest to surrender to this transition, to this transformation, because I feel that something unexpected could have happened that created change in your life. And there's nothing that you can do to undo that change that happened. And so Spirit is saying to basically surrender to the moment, walk into this transformation, and there's something new that's coming out of this, something better that's coming out of this, something that's going to be, I feel, a pleasant surprise, a silver lining. All of these things I feel are coming into your future, are coming into focus. I feel something else that's coming into focus is a sense of understanding, like what happened, why it happened, and also where you're going. Oh, interesting. So we have discernment. I feel this is connected to basically what I just said. You're going to have an understanding of what happened, why it happened, but also why there was a shift in this area in your life. And I feel also when you become focused again, so when you surrender to what happened, when you become focused, then you can discern whether or not you want to say yes or no to new opportunities that are coming into your life. Now, look at the birds here. I definitely feel like there is something flying into your life, something coming into your life, a new opportunity, things coming together for you, okay? I feel it's also important to focus on the positive instead of the negative, because I feel that you do have a really, really positive change coming up in your future, but you need to be able to have kind of like a clear mind. Because if you have all of these random thoughts and anger or animosity about something that may have happened, something unexpected that may have happened for some of you, right? Then you're going to be kind of have this scattered thought process, and you won't be able to discern your future and to, you know, take the right steps and the correct steps to move on from whatever happened. So yeah, definitely I feel you definitely have a lot of clarity coming in regarding your situation, where you're going, what you want to see happening in your life, things like that. What else can you tell us for group number 3? All right, thank you. And this one, okay. Pine tree, vitality, longevity, and perseverance. Yes, that makes a lot of sense because, you know, be unmoored no more. So what you have to look forward to in your future is being connected to something of substance, something that you will enjoy being connected to, okay? You will be, it's like you will have an anchor in something that you can grow. And so we're seeing that here. Whatever it is that you're going into, it's something that there's a lot of quality with it. And with this quality, there's also a sense of being, whatever it is, it's very strong. It's something you can count on, something you can rely on, something you can trust, okay? And it's something that you can build upon. Then we have rain, cleansing, purification, and hydration. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. So I feel this has something to do with the discernment card, and definitely here with being in the water here, this is definitely cleansing, but also with discernment, it's like you need to have clear thoughts. Anything, so if something unexpected did happen, you want to kind of surrender to the moment, surrender to the waves of the ocean, and trust that you're being guided into a place in your future where you're supposed to be. And I'm feeling like cleansing and purification of any like negative feelings that you have, discerning the truth. Okay, so discerning your intuition opposed to like any fears that you have, which would be your ego talking to you, okay? So trying to cleanse any negative energy so that you can see the truth of the situation and see where you're being guided, okay? I truly feel like you're being guided somewhere. And then here you have hydration. So where you're going into, or, you know, the situation that you're being guided toward, I feel it's like there's so much renewal here. I feel like your cup will be full, metaphorically speaking. I feel there's a great new opportunity for you. But I'm feeling most of all here, there's a sense of comfort. There's a sense of rejoicing in this new beginning and feeling very, it's like you feel lighter. Like you're not. So here you are kind of adrift, and where you're going, I'm seeing you like laying a foundation, laying roots somewhere, but it's not like being tied down. It's a very, very positive settling into a situation or a new location or something like that. And it's very, very comforting that you're in this new environment. All right, I'm going to take one card from this deck. What is the most important thing that you can say to group number 3 from this deck, please? I feel like it is this card right here. Okay. We have Scorpio, deep, intense, transformative. Yeah. You're definitely in the midst of some sort of transformation, and I feel like it is intense. And that's why you need to have clarity. That's why you need to be very discerning about what you're seeing, what you're thinking, what is reality, what's really going on. Because, you know, you're in the ocean here. And if you surrender to the ocean, that's very scary, right? We're talking metaphorically here. It's a very, very scary situation. But if you can discern that you're being guided into a situation that's going to bring you a sense of grounding. So if you can discern that and kind of let go of your fears and your anxieties, because this is a very intense energy here, okay? But if you can do that, then you will be able to welcome in this huge transformation. Okay, deep, intense, and transformative. That's what this card says. And maybe Scorpio, you might be a Scorpio. There could be something happening during Scorpio season for you. Okay, so October, November, something could be happening for you. This is a timeless reading, so just keep that in mind. Someone who is a Scorpio could be connected to where you're going from here, okay, to someone connected to your transformation. All right. What else can you tell us for group number 3, please? Group number 3, please. Okay. The Page of Pentacles. Yeah, I was just talking about becoming more grounded, wasn't I? And so you're not feeling that grounded right now, right? But you will be. I mean, you're definitely not feeling grounded because you're in the middle of the ocean right here. Which is interesting that you got Scorpio, right? Because the water sign. So that's definitely interesting. But this is where you're headed. So, you know, with unmoored here, you're not connected to anything and you're kind of floating out there in limbo. But here, this is where you're going. You're setting your roots somewhere. There's a new beginning that's going to, I feel like it's feeding your soul. I feel like you're becoming one with your environment, with, you know, wherever you're going with this new environment, you're becoming very, very connected to it. And it's going to, I just keep hearing it's going to provide you a sense of safety, a sense of comfort. And this is something long term. This isn't short term. This is very, very long term, whatever you're going into. There is something here about the Page of Pentacles and discernment. Make sure you have all of the information before saying yes to something. Yeah, see? So here you have the Ace of Swords. Make sure that you have all of the information before you say yes to something, before you take steps to move forward with something. So, okay, you don't want to rush into something just because you feel uncomfortable kind of floating around in the ocean over here, okay? When a new opportunity comes in, when new people come into your life, you know, whatever your situation is, you want to make sure that you don't just dive right in, okay? Especially because you have some very, very intense energies about where you are right now. And so you might have this kind of frantic energy, like, oh, just give me anything. I want to get out of the situation. Spirit says, ooh, slow down a little bit. surrender to the moment and make sure that you really use your intuition, use all of your senses regarding new opportunities that are coming in. And if something is too intense, let's say there's an energy that's just so intense, or where it's like you have to make a decision right now, and it's this intensity where it's just like, oh, I can't focus because it's too intense. You need to slow down. Okay, don't let anything like that take over you, because you need to have a focus regarding decisions that you're going to be making about your future. Okay, you absolutely have new beginnings and change that's coming in for you, but you need to have all of your faculties so that you can think critically about what this new thing looks like going into the future, so that you don't just repeat this whole process 2 weeks after you get into something new. Okay. All right, so the 10 of Cups, yeah. And this is exactly why you want to be so discerning regarding these new situations, because this is what you deserve, okay? And this is the energy that's coming into your life. A lot of fulfillment, a lot of new opportunities that will bring you fulfillment. And there's a sense of lightness here also. See, it's very interesting, because I see you becoming attached to something and being anchored to something, but it's not in a bad way. It's in a very, very positive way, because I feel that you want that, and right now you don't have that, and it's a very, very difficult situation for you to be in. I feel it's a very intense energy right now. Like, definitely the intensity is like if you were swimming in the middle of the ocean and you can't see land anywhere around you, okay? How intense and how scary that would be. I feel like that is your situation right now, okay? But it's going to change for you. All right, the Chariot, yeah. So number 7 and the Chariot. You've been on a journey. You have been on some incredible journey, and I feel like you're going to have quite the story when you get to the other side of this. But just know that you will be back in control. Okay, I know you feel like you're in limbo right now and that you have no control over what is going on. But that's why you need to surrender to the process, because I feel that the universe has kind of taken the reins right now. The universe is directing your life right now, and it's taking you into new situations, or maybe not, well, I mean, they're new situations, but they might not be that foreign to you. But these new situations it's bringing you into an environment where there's a lot of growth, there's a lot of potential, and I feel that you get your footing pretty quickly here. You kind of find the rhythm to this new environment very, very quickly. And also very, very quickly, I feel that the environment warms up to you, okay? With the 10 of Cups here, the environment is very reciprocal. Yeah, very reciprocal environment. The Sun card, oh, look at that. This is so comforting. Remember I was talking about that blanket, like just having this blanket wrapped around you? I don't remember where I was getting that, but it's like this, like the weighted blankets. I don't know if you've ever used one of those, but it can just make you feel so safe and secure and just so comfy. That's the feeling that I'm getting with the Sun card here. And so going from being in the middle of the ocean here, quite terrified, look at what you have here. Okay, the 10 of Cups, the Sun card. So just know that in your future, you have amazing things coming into your future. I feel that your surroundings are just so comfortable. I feel that you're very welcomed in this new environment, and you are very welcoming to other people, places, things, and situations in your environment. And something that is interesting here is the intensity that you have with the Scorpio card. So this is a very intense situation that you're in right now. And where you're going, I feel that there is almost like an equal level of intensity, but it's different. Okay, you know how the Sun can be very, very intense, but it's very warming and very, it has benefits, right? So I feel that that's kind of like where you're going with this positivity just radiating into your life with this sun card here. And you're going to feel, see, this is the thing. Even though you're secure in this new situation, you don't feel like you're tied down or you're stuck, because I keep seeing you being anchored somewhere, but that's what you want. You don't want to be out in the middle of the ocean here. And with that, you have a sense of freedom. So it's kind of counterintuitive, but this probably makes sense to you. But look at how happy this person is. And so it's like a weight is being lifted off your shoulders because you have found your place. Okay. So like some of you, just to give you an example, some of you may not have a job right now and you're kind of free floating out there in the ocean and you're like, oh my gosh, what am I going to do? And maybe the universe is trying to direct you into a different career or something like that. And once you step into this, it takes you a minute to get your footing, but you set roots and it is so rewarding, so rewarding. And so, when I was talking about the intensity, but it's positive, it's because it's so rewarding for you. So that's just an example. Not everybody is in that, position, but I just wanted you to have like a visual of what I'm seeing here. So we have the Eight of Wands. All right, what this is telling me is I feel that these changes are coming up pretty soon for you. Okay, obviously the title of the reading, a message about your future, and I feel changes are coming. Things are coming together for you. I would say definitely at most, I feel 2 months for you, but more likely for most of you, it could be around a month. And this is a timeless reading. So, yeah, I feel changes are coming in for you. Everything's coming together. Everything's aligning. And not just that, but I'm seeing so many colors here of like the chakras. So your energy is aligning. And I feel there's a huge transformation within yourself also. I feel something going on here where you're finding yourself, you're finding peace within yourself. Maybe you've been adrift for a very long time, and maybe you're finally realizing, wow, I need to settle down somewhere. I need to, plant my roots somewhere. And I feel that it's happening at the perfect time because there's an opening in the universe, with these new things that are coming into your life. So I feel, you're over here and you've been adrift. And so you're coming into a place of settlement. And then other things that are meant for your life over here, they're getting this freedom, like they're being unlocked from a certain position. And your energies are coming together. So let's just go back to the job example, okay? Where you've been looking for a job, you've been adrift, you want to be settled in somewhere. And then over here on this side, someone's giving their notice, okay? And so pretty soon, this job opportunity is going to float into your life. So that's what I'm seeing. And it doesn't have to be a job. I'm just seeing that's kind of what's going on here. So the High Priestess, yeah, it's definitely imperative that you listen to your intuition. It's also important that you go with the flow, even though you don't have all of the answers yet, because you will have all of the answers. Things are going to come together for you. Any missing pieces are going to be provided for you. And so I'm also feeling a sense of meditation with this High Priestess, keeping your cool, especially with how intense this energy is. And I feel another reason why the energy is so intense is because there's something about where you're laying your roots, where you end up. It just feels like there's some sort of soul connection that you make with somebody on the other side of this. So it could be your soul group, right? It could be a very, very important friendship. It could be a romantic partnership. It could be someone who will come into your life and help you, or you help that person. But definitely I'm seeing you will be crossing paths with someone who is like written into your soul contract. And it might not be just one person. It could be a group of people. But yeah, this is very, very like an intense energy. There's a couple things going on here. But yeah, things are coming together. But these are things that are like very prominent in your soul contract. And I feel that's also what the intensity is. Because you have this intense feeling and you're like, I don't know what this is. But it's the intensity because things are about to come together, like crashing together, and not in a bad way, kind of like the waves crashing on the beach, right? Yeah, so it's like I'm seeing you being pushed on the beach when on the sand when the waves come in. So just, surrender, go with it, because everything's in alignment, or will be in alignment for you. All right, so here you have the Justice card. So this is a very interesting Justice card because look at this part of the Justice card, okay? And so what I'm seeing there is that something was very, very off balance in your life. Very, very off balance. I think you felt incredibly uncomfortable. And yes, that is reversed, but I'm just pointing out here what we're seeing here. So see, you can look at it that way too. It's just easier for me to hold it the other way. Okay, so what is happening here is you're coming into balance. Do you see this person's aura? See how dark it is there and see how it is here? And so this is because you're landing in the right place. And certain things that were not meant for you going forward, they're being extracted from your life, or you're extracting them from your life. And so that is opening up your life to these new opportunities, into things coming together for you. Yep, see the Tower card. So when you have the Justice card and how I just pointed out this card to you, and then you get the Tower card, I feel like definitely something may have been kind of ripped out from under you, like somebody just took the rug and ripped it out and you just fell flat on your back and you're like, oh, wait a minute, what just happened? It's a very, very intense energy. And then I feel that is exactly why you've been in limbo, okay? And I feel that's also why it's very important that you just surrender to this, because there's nothing that you could have done to prevent this. A situation that was in your life or an energy that was around you, I'm feeling like it was getting more and more intense. And the intensity was trying to let you know that you should be making changes in your life. And whether or not you took that advice, this thing was still coming to an end, okay? However, this particular Tower card has butterflies. And what was your first oracle card aside from the ocean one over here, right? All these butterflies. So there's this incredibly deep meaning to something that's going on in your life. And it's exactly what I said. You're coming into alignment. We have the 10 of Cups here. You're coming into alignment with your soul group, with a very, very important friend, a very important person in your life. And it could be like this person, there's more than one, okay? So one of these people could be someone who just kind of comes in and goes, comes in your life and shows you something you need to see or tells you something you need to hear, and then poof, they go right out. But there's other people who are going to be in your life for a very, very long time. There's situations that are going to be in your life for a very, very long time because you're setting your roots with something. Wow. Wow, wow. Now you have the Judgment card. This is so powerful. I mean, no wonder you have the Scorpio card here, because this energy is incredibly intense, just so, so intense, especially this bottom row here. Okay. I mean, and also the top row, just the whole thing is intense. So the Judgment card, this is a new beginning. There's, oh, that's what it is. Okay. you're about to go through a phase of very intense soul growth. I feel you've already started it just because you have the Tower card and then you're out here floating in the ocean. It's already intense. And, you know, it's interesting that I keep seeing you floating in the ocean and you have this cleansing card right here with the rain. So you have rain, you have the Tower card. Something huge happened in your life and it was very, very dramatic, probably unexpected, and or maybe the intensity of it was unexpected, and it's literally changing your life. So there's a lot of soul lessons that you're going to be learning here, but that's the difficult part of this reading. But there's also of, you know, your process, what you're going through. But I'm seeing that it's going to be worth it. Okay, even though it may not feel like it when you're in the moment, it's going to be worth it. There's just massive, massive transformation. I feel like you are discovering the truth of your life, but it's even more than that. It's like you're discovering like the meaning of life, like something so intense. The Queen of Cups. See, with the Queen of Cups, I just heard you get it. You get it now. It's like whatever happened before, it doesn't matter anymore. What matters is your balance, your happiness, your safety, your security. So there was something before that it just doesn't matter anymore. Those little things don't matter anymore. Like the, you know, the negative things. Those things don't matter anymore. The positive little things, those have more meaning than anything negative, okay? So you're coming into balance, and there's such this sense of freedom because I feel that these things that used to hold you down, these things that used to hold you back, including the way you thought about certain things, those things no longer matter to you anymore. It's like you're being given the second chance at life, at your life. And there's such this sense of renewal. So there's something very, very deep happening here. You're going to make it through to the other side. And when you come out on the other side, I feel like you're at peace. It's almost like things don't bother you anymore. You're looking at the world differently, at life differently. And it's, you know, it's like life is becoming more simple for you. So for instance, kind of like the energy that I'm seeing, let's say before you had like 100 friends and you were always hanging out with your friends, going out, doing fun things. And then in the end, when you had a Tower moment, you realized that out of those 100 people, you had 2 people who were there to support you. And it was just like this, whoa, what happened? Like nobody's here to help me. So it's kind of like this wake up call. Okay, this could be literal or this could be just an example for some of you, you know, metaphorically speaking. And so that's what I'm seeing here with this Queen of Cups, where it's like the basics of life is what you enjoy now. And it's more about like quality versus quantity, you know, things like that. Becoming very, very appreciative of every single moment of true, honest people and true, honest situations. See, you're getting that hydration here. Because even though you were in the middle of the ocean, you were not getting hydration because there was something like so negative here or something like that. Okay, so that's being removed. All right. Yep. The 8 of Cups. Everything that I just said, I probably would have said it if I would have pulled this card first. So you're walking away from those things that you're seeing they don't have any meaning anymore. It's kind of like, oh my gosh, why was I in those situations before, giving my time and energy into something that wasn't there for me when I needed it, when I needed them, or that, you know, whatever that thing is. So look at where you're walking to. Oh my gosh, look at where you're walking. You're walking toward the sun, and look at how intense and beautiful this sun card is. So yeah, to put it mildly, you have a lot of intense things that are going on here, but a very, very deep transformation, like on a soul level, okay? So your future is amazing. You have amazing people coming in, amazing situations coming in, It's going to be a journey, so take a deep breath, hang in there. You're going to be okay. You got this, is what your spirit guides say. I hope you enjoyed this reading. If you did, please like and subscribe. And if you ever want to book a personal reading, you can do that on my website, which is linked below. Thank you so much for watching.